Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awards Entertainment in Canada around the world. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Real Estate of Canada and real estate broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. Also, I'm a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage Inc. license number 13241. Tonight, we're going to talk about the challenges we have in maintaining home ownership in 2023. Before we do that, let's talk about what happened in December 2022. We have observed, based on the TREB recent report, the sales were down from as compared to 2021, 6,013 as compared to 3,117. And this is a minus 48.2% sale using TREB Regional Real Estate Board TREB data. Now, that new listing were minus 21.3% as compared to last December to this December. The active listing, which is shocking, is 169%. I released a Realty News Flash today, posted on all social media, and the sold data from TREB Market Watch reported that the highest average price was in February of $1,334,066 in February 2022. Since then, average price value of the home has declined by $282,846 to $1,051,216 as of December 31st, 2022. The active listing increased to 169% by end of December from 95.7% on November 22. So this is very important to keep in perspective what's happening before we talk about maintainability. So sale transaction and average price down in all categories of home in December in 416 and 905 area. Now, overall, year to date, in 2022, there were 75,140 sales transactions were reported by TREB as compared to 121,639 in 2021. Sales transactions were down by 38%. I can project it about 40%, so it's 38.2% in 2022 as compared to 2021. The average home price for 2022 has increased from average price of $1,095,333 in 21 to $1,189,850 in December 22, with a net gain of 94,507 year over year. Now, an average price increase of 8.63% year over year. Okay, this is an average price including all transaction, all type of home. Be remember that the prices for your geographic area will be different. This is why you need to consult with me, real estate professional, or anyone that you deal with in your area to determine what is true value of your property. So showing the highest price in February, now you are down by 282,000 in December. But if you compare to average price of 12 months in 2021 to 2022, you have a gain of 94,507, which is approximately 8.63%. So if you are looking for the detail, you can look for this flyer on Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn, Facebook. You will see this post that I created. Okay. Now, inflation was down to 6.8% as a result of 4% policy interest hike by the Bank of Canada. And I predict the Bank of Canada may continue to raise interest, so it impacts the spending behavior to lower inflation. What they want to do is to change the spending behavior of people. If they can't afford it, they're going to save money. And on the other side, the supplier, manufacturer, distributor, if they see nothing is happening, they will reduce their prices. Similarly, they expect that the real estate price will go down. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Okay. So the prime rate now stands at 6.45% for the variable mortgage or the line of credit. It will impact a lot of homeowners who took the variable mortgage, and many homeowners will reach a trigger point. Trigger point is where the payment you are making is not even covering the interest payment. Because remember, there are two components. One is your principal, one is interest. So the bank will ask you to pay more money and create more trouble for you. And this is why it's very important. You may be asked to put more money down. Now, we're going to talk about these prices, which I give you average now. We talk about in December prices for the month of December. So as compared to sale average prices, so detached home was in 416 1,627,000, 1.67, 627, 635, and 905 was a 1,312,278 detached home. Now, in semi-detached was 1.152,073 in 416 and 933,122 in 905 area. Townhome was 878,984 in 416 and 867,36 in 905 area. So you can see there is a decline there. And we're going to talk about the percentage of decline as we go through. Now, condo in Toronto 416, 741,584, and in 905, 633,135. So these are the average prices, including all transactions. So when you talk about a specific property, geographic location, your street area, you will be required to reach out to a real estate professional in your jurisdiction to give you information. We all have access to MLS system. Some are on TREB, some are on ITSO, or some are on both, or other local board, they have MLS system. So you are able to get that information as a real estate professional. We have access to information we can verify and provide you very specific pricing for your area. Now let's talk about decline in real estate transaction, how much they were declined in semi-detached, all those price was about average price across all transactions. Now, the detached home, they are minus. I'm going to go between 905 and 416 together, okay? So minus 44.3%. Detached home decline under TREB. Semi-detached decline minus 52.4%. This is transaction decline. Now, townhouse minus 46.5% decline in sale transactions. And apartment minus 52.9% decline in December. Let's talk about the average prices then. Okay. So detached home, they declined 4.1% in 416 and minus 16.4% in 905 area. Now, when you look at the semi-detached 416, they have a minus 13.8% decline in prices of semi, and minus 15.9% in 905 area. Townhouse, minus 11.9% decline in December. And townhome in 905, minus 13.4. And you look at the condo apartment, it was 1.4% plus in 416, and it was minus 5.2% in 905 area. So when you look at this statistic, you can see that transaction has been cut to the lowest. So as compared to, I'm looking at the chart of 2022, in fact, December is the lowest month sales done in this month. And therefore, I was expecting that they might go to about 80,000 transactions as compared to 121,000 in last year, but they didn't. They go to 75, 140. So they were really, really bad. Now, let's come to the point of maintaining home ownership. What are the really challenges? Challenges are inflation has not impacted the because of all the interest rate that hike Bank of Canada expected. So inflation rate, it was 8.1. This started, we were at 0.25%. Now we are 5.25 at bank policy rate by the Bank of Canada, and prime has gone from 2.45 to 6.45, and only reduction that we saw is a 6.8% inflation from 8.1 last in 2022. Therefore, it is projected, it is definite there will be increase of interest rate because the Bank of Canada was targeting 3%. They increased 4%, and they did not get that result that they were expecting. Therefore, you can see now, their goal is to reduce the appetite of buying spree. They want their behavior of the consumer, behavior of the banks and lending institutions, behavior of the businesses. They think if they give increased interest rate, it will put us into a safe ward that we start saving the money instead of spending the money. We cut down our trips, we stop buying new cars and other major expenses in renovation of the house. Therefore, it will alter our behavior. We go in a shock, we go in a saving behavior. Now, what happened is the industry see this. If they're not selling furniture, they're not selling homes, they're not selling the cars or other things that is necessary, what will happen? They're going to start reducing the prices. And more they reduce the price, it will create the inflation down, and then hopefully interest rate will stay there. I do not expect the interest rate be going down in 2023. I personally project that it's going to be from 0.75 to maybe 1.15 increase in 2023, or maybe 1.25. They will never go down this year because they will not be able to achieve inflation. They want to achieve inflation 2%. They're targeting 3% for 2023. So if they are able to achieve that, they need to raise more interest rate to bring that par with their philosophy or target they were trying to achieve. I do not believe the prices of the property are going to come down. Even the worst scenario, where we have a 4% increase of policy interest rate by the Bank of Canada, our prices in Ontario or through TREB has increased 94,000 517 as compared to average price of a property last year, 2021 to 2022, which relates to about 8.63%. So year over year, we did increase the price, even though we have challenges in this time frame. So how we expect that? The biggest problem is, you might have seen the data, there was over 400,000 immigrants came in 2022. Over 400,000. How many are staying in Toronto or Vancouver, GTA area? Majority of them, at least 80%, in two big cities, and the balance goes to across Canada. Unless they have a policy to move them in a smaller town to build those, because this is I've been saying on our show, that we need to encourage the government to encourage immigrants to buy property in a new area, because we have lots of towns on corridor with 403 and 404, 400, and also your 401, all the way to London or Windsor. And they can have an Oshawa and beyond. They can build more housing and have a fast train. And they can collect money, because if they invest correctly in infrastructure, they will be able to have more. And we don't have to push all the pressure on the big cities, and you pay high prices for the land and also for the property taxes. So this is very, very important now. So what will happen now? You're already paying a very high interest rate at the moment. The moment the more increase coming, what will happen? You have now active listing on TREB, Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, of 169% as compared to 2021. Can you believe it? Not, but this is happening. So we have more properties available, and what advantage it will have or opportunity it creates for the buyers who will be interested to buy the property. It may not drastically. So you can see there from 2021 to 2022, we still have an increase about 8.63%. So you're not losing money. You are not going down. You're still going to pay. And as you remember, last episode, I predicted that it will be 2.5 to about 3%, 2.5 to a 3% increase in Toronto GTA area. And this was my prediction, because based on what we see at the moment, what's happening here. So let's take a short break. We'll come back. We'll talk about the how to maintain your home ownership in 2023.
Pan and Shawarma, now serving from 4 locations.
Are you going through a challenging time with your life? Pandit Nandha ji has experience in astrology, helping people by reading into their astrological charts along with future readings. The astrologer does reading of your face, palm, horoscope, vastu, planet, black magic removal, evil spells and spirits, voodoo, spiritual healer, love, removes jadoo, and many more. The astrologer has a center in Brampton with the name of Pandit Nanda Ji, where you can visit him and find a solution to all your problems. Connect with him at 1-647-822-9607.
Ladies and gentlemen, अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा नाम है ताहिर हाशमी। 13 जनवरी 2023 मैं परफॉर्म करने वाला हूँ टोरंटो में 13 जनवरी 8 बजे खाना स्टार्ट होगा ग्रैंड कन्वेंशन सेंटर में। 9 बजे आपका भाई स्टार्ट होगा और परफॉर्म करता चला जाएगा। 1 घंटे तक परफॉर्म करूंगा। बता दूं, ओपनिंग एक्ट होंगे उमर अहमद, मेरे फेवरेट है, बहुत करवाते हैं। तो ग्रैंड कन्वेंशन सेंटर जो ब्रैम्पटन में है 13 जनवरी को आप पूरे कनाडा में कहीं नहीं मिलने चाहिए सिवाय ग्रैंड कन्वेंशन सेंटर के। समझिए, टिकट्स का लिंक दे रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे क्लिक करेंगे, टिकट्स लेंगे और पहुंच जाएंगे। सी यू।
Welcome to EB Electronics. Please call 647-762-3956.
KK Travel believe in providing everyone the first class customer service. We take care not only for your air ticket but dignity and respect as well. We are available for you anytime on WhatsApp, even while you are in Pakistan or any other destination. KK Travels guarantee lowest prices and are open to price match any airline.
We are KK Travels under supervision of Gas Khan at 905-367-9433 or visit www.gaskhontravels.com.
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस पिछले 16 सालों से खरीदारों की खिदमत कर रहे हैं। हम लगातार 4 सालों से खरीदारों की पहली पसंद बने रहने का अवार्ड हासिल कर चुके हैं। हम किचनर्स, बॉश, वर्लपूल, एलजी, सैमसंग और जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ लें। हम आप सभी को टीवी सबसे ज्यादा रियायती दामों पर देने की गारंटी देते हैं। www.dixieelectronics.ca हमारी वेबसाइट पर जाएं या अभी कॉल करें 905-625-5900। सभी बहुत ही मुनासिब कीमत पर दस्तयाब हैं जो आप बाआसानी से ले सकते हैं। At Dixie, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
Zoc. Now it's fully renovated. Live catering, barbecue, tandoor, जलेबियाँ और फ्रेश नान। तकरीब आपके घर में हो या घर से बाहर, Zoc is providing full service now and Zoc has opened a new banquet hall, garden event center. आपका Zoc देखकर लोग कहेंगे क्या Zoc है आपका? Call right now 905-625-7786. Zoc वालों के लिए।
Good evening and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment in Canada around the world. So we're going to talk about maintaining home ownership in 2023. The first thing you want to do is to create a contingency funds. This is very emergency to deal with the emergencies. If the escalation of price happen because of policy rate increase with Bank of Canada, how you gonna pay the mortgage? Because mortgage key. Remember, in terms of getting a mortgage, it's not just about the mortgage. It's about all the loans that you have accumulated during this period, and that you have to pay them back. So you know your shortfall if you create your budget and you already know what is happening in your budget and where you see there is a risk involved. So you got to have a contingency, emergency plan, how you're going to tackle it if something will happen. Now, do you have funds? Are you saving your funds? And you need to find out how much is the saving you have created to create your budget, and you see how much money in case of fluctuation in rate, if you still have a variable mortgage, I know some of you have taken the variable mortgage because you think that it's going to go down, but 2023, I don't think it's going to go down. 24 is potential is there, but not 23. In fact, it's going to increase. So you need to create a really a contingency fund plan. So make sure that you have that. And number two is that you want to make sure that you are avoiding any fire risk in the house, because when you are living in a house, you're cutting down all the bills, and then you create an environment where it's unsafe. Check your fire protectors in your house to make sure carbon monoxide, everything is working. In case of something happens, that you are protected. You need to reduce the risk. Okay. Now, most important thing is that you reevaluate your mortgage. You have to talk about to the mortgage specialist. I'm a principal broker of Canada Express Mortgage. And you come to me and you call me on my number 416-451-3489 and ask questions free of charge. We can guide you, tell you to make sure you can plan. Because sometimes it may be a good idea. If you're running a risk, you have a lot of equity in the house, but you don't have money to pay the bills. Maybe even though you may end up with a higher fee to pay more money, but you can doing a refinancing, it give you a little bit funds to go through the difficult time that you have right now, because you need to challenge yourself. Say, can I get out of this mess? 18. I predict that before, I would say the 12 to 18 months, you will see coming changes. But if the interest rate goes up another point or point and a half in 2022, so coming down, you're touching almost, let's say 8%. Then you're coming down in 2024, maybe third or the fourth quarter. But you have to maintain that. But you need the funds. If you lose a job, for example, how much can you to protect yourself? And make sure you maintain your home insurance, because in case something happens to your house, at least your equity is invested. Now, have you done any upgrade in the house? Maybe it's a time, if you have a plan to upgrade it, because you have funds, so you can upgrade it because things will be cheaper. I think there's a small special package coming. There's some funding program from federal government and state government to help you, and you have a more efficient appliances. Some government incentives are available. You need to talk to the installers. They will tell you. And this is very important, that as the price is going to increase or decrease, I do not believe the prices are going anything down, because you have seen it. Now, it all depends on the seller. What is their capability, how they want to maneuver it. Because how owning ownership is the biggest financial decision for you. Now, if you go out and rent it, you can find a rental equivalent to the mortgage that you are paying now. You're very lucky if you have fixed the rate. But there are some friends who may not be so lucky, because they have been in this predicament. And so you will be seeing more properties coming in. No seller wants to lose money, because if they bought the property in 2021, which is the highest prices, and they want to sell it, they didn't sell it in 2022, they stretch themselves. Now they're thinking of selling it. They might have a reduction depending on the location of the property. So average price that I share with you is depend on total transactions. It does not include its transaction. That could be 5 to 10%. But you need to hire a real estate professional, sit down with him and calculate what is costing me to maintain my house. First thing you have to remember, that most important thing for anyone is to have a saving, continuous income T4 is notice of assessment. Now 23 is already in. We will be filing the tax return. Based on your income, you will qualify for the purchase in 2023. But if you are smart, you have accumulated some money deposit, and you may have a good opportunity. So there are challenges and risks with someone, but there are opportunities and benefit for the other one. So there will be give and take situation. Supply is going to be buyer's market. There's no question, because right now you can see active listing 169% shown by trap. So therefore, how to maintain a property? Make sure you have funds. You borrow money. You refinance your house. You talk to your friends. Talk to your lender to increase line of credit. You may end up paying a little bit more money, be it, but you don't lose your equity in home ownership. Remember that. If you don't pay a mortgage payment, in 15 days you get a notice. If you don't pay for the car, you lose your credit report. You will have a bad report. If you borrowed equipment and you bought on a lease equipment, you didn't pay the money, it's going to show a negative report in your credit bureau. So you have to watch the credit bureau, because this is very important. If you think you have a difficulty to carry on a mortgage, then you may want to talk to the lender and say if they want to give you some exemption. Because remember, they did that in pandemic. Now they are not offering it, but there is a potential that when you talk with them, explain your situation, they might allow it for you. Don't go to sleep without thinking, without planning, without budgeting, creating saving, arranging alternate funding. Alternate funding, important thing is to carry through the next 18 months. Because if you sell the house and you want to rent it, you will see the gap in now and 23. If you want to buy it again at 24, you buy it again. You will have a challenge, because if you are making $100,000, how much bank will your employer will give you increase? 1%, 2%, 3%? That's 3,000, 2,000 out of 100,000, or 1.5, which is a 1,500. If the price increased by 2%, that's lots of money. And that's the value of the house. If you have $1 million house, 2%, 20,000. That is what increases. No payment increases from the employer will compensate for the value appreciation because of pandemic. This is very important that you do that. So let's talk about this in the future. You will not be able to buy again because there will be price difference. You can't catch up. So if you are a first-time buyer, talk to some real estate professional, get advice, and get to the house. There will be opportunity for you. And another thing, if you cannot buy it, and if you work remotely, the best thing for you would be to go out of the town. We just listed a property 44 in Caledonia, Sandoz Drive, for $789,000. You cannot buy that house in area. Townhomes are about the same price, or even the condo apartment. So move away if you can remotely work. So again, let's get back. Make sure you are saving money. Make sure you are preparing your budget. Make sure you plan a contingency fund in case Bank of Canada increase the policy rate, and bank will also immediately will increase it. You need funds, or if you need funds, you have a lot of equity, get a refinancing. If you have any question, give me a call, 416-451-3489. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you for watching Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment Canada around the world. Thank you. Bye for now.